3 companies, 1 loop, and trillions of dollars in market value. Oracle is reportedly committing around $40 billion to NVIDIA's newest chips. NVIDIA, in turn, has announced plans to invest up to $100 billion in OpenAI. And OpenAI, through Microsoft's Azure connection, is set to rely on Oracle's infrastructure for extra capacity. Money moves in circles, valuations climb higher, and the system reinforces itself. The question is simple. Is this a powerful growth engine, or a dangerous bubble waiting to burst? This is second-level signals, where we look past the headlines to expose the hidden mechanics of markets. Picture a closed circuit. Oracle orders hundreds of thousands of NVIDIA's GB200 chips to build AI data centers, capacity that could be leased straight to OpenAI. NVIDIA pledges tens of billions back into OpenAI itself, and OpenAI, via its Azure Oracle Interconnect, turns around and uses Oracle's cloud infrastructure. Each deal makes the next stronger. But critics warn this isn't just business, it's reflexivity. A loop where higher prices justify more buying, and more buying fuels higher prices. On the surface, it looks efficient. Oracle secures relevance in AI. NVIDIA locks in GPU demand. OpenAI gains the scale it needs. But the risks concentrate. If demand is real, this loop accelerates growth. If it's inflated, the same loop magnifies the crash, and we've seen echoes before. Japan's keiretsu networks of the 1980s, dense cross-shareholding that helped fuel mispriced valuations before the bubble burst, and the dot-com era, when vendors like Cisco lent money to startups who then spent it right back on Cisco gear. Closed loops can drive explosive growth, but history shows they can also end abruptly. So what are the warning signs? First, valuations. Some of the world's best-known investors are now drawing dot-com comparisons to NVIDIA's stock. Second, dependency. If OpenAI stumbles, Oracle loses a core client. If NVIDIA's supply chains slow, the loop weakens. Third, reflexivity itself. Investors aren't just buying growth, they're buying into the loop. And that's when markets become fragile. When a story, rather than fundamentals, props up trillions in value. If you're finding this breakdown useful, hit like so more people see it. And subscribe, with the bell on, because loops like this can break suddenly, and you'll want to catch the signals early, not after the crash. What happens next? At one end is the soft landing. The loop stabilizes, cash flows rise to meet expectations, and the cycle becomes sustainable. At the other end is the feedback bubble. Valuations detach from reality, hype feeds on itself, and a single shock causes the whole loop to unwind. And in the middle is the breakpoint. One company falters. Maybe NVIDIA's supply bottlenecks, maybe OpenAI's monetization stalls, and the strain ripples through all three. Which path we follow will depend on concrete signals. GPU order cancellations or deferrals, Oracle's disclosure of how much AI cloud revenue depends on OpenAI, and OpenAI's ability to turn usage into real profits. Even the Stargate megaproject, the massive US AI build-out Oracle and OpenAI are backing, could be a stress test. If it slips, it's a sign the loop is under pressure. The Oracle-NVIDIA OpenAI loop shows how quickly markets can reinforce themselves, and how fragile that reinforcement can be. If it holds, AI adoption could accelerate faster than any technology in history. If it breaks, the crash won't stop at one balance sheet. It will cascade through the system. And here's the bigger question. Has history already shown us how this story ends? From Japan's keiretsu to dot-com vendor financing, closed loops have collapsed before, reshaping entire economies. That's what we'll break down in part 2 of this series. Subscribe, click the bell, and you'll see it the moment it drops. This is Second Level Signals, a brand of Global Notes by JP. Thanks for watching.